Alon, Wasalan, you with the nasty pastor, and I'm back with another extra. We into this comedic, spiritual processing of the 10 virtues of our culture, of our life, of our walk, of our commandments, of the demiurge, of our moon. You understand? Look, this is number 10. And I said long ago that, when you do your mathematics, you know what I mean? When you get to a certain point of 9, 9 is the creation. You get me? So when you go into 10, you know what I mean? Because there's a 0, you go back to 1. And when you think of what 1 is, you know what I mean? I don't retain it by heart. I don't know it by heart, but one thing I do, I keep something on file where I can go to and understand, I have the answer. And 1 is knowledge. You got what I'm saying? And 0 is cipher. You get what I'm saying? So if 0 is cipher and you know what a cipher is, that is a group of people. You understand what I'm saying? So what I say 9 is born. B-O-R-N, creation. Some other places you would see 9 say creation. You get what I'm saying? So when you are going through all of these mathematics, you know what I mean? When you get to the number 9, something is created. Something in you has been woken up. Something in you has been structured. So my point in what I'm saying is that we're on number 10. And number 10 is cultivate the ability to distinguish between the real and the unreal. He must have a sense of values. So these virtues instill values in you. You understand me? Values. And if you don't understand the word distinguish, we're going to look this up, before we process this any deeper. All right, the word distinguish. Recognize or treat someone or something as different. The child is perfectly capable of distinguishing reality from fantasy. So about the same, the real and the unreal, right? Fiction and non-fiction. Number 2, perceive it point out a difference. Bees are unable to distinguish between red, black, and various grays. Managed to discern something barely perceptible. It was too dark to distinguish anything more than their vague shapes. Being identifying or characteristic mark or property of what distinguishes sports from games. Makes oneself prominent and worthy of respect through one's behavior or achievements. Many distinguish themselves in the fight. Now, this how I'm going to process this to you, and maybe you'll get this, you know what I mean? You'll really understand that people perception of you, can't be wrong. But when you open your mouth and when your actions don't show, don't add up, people are going to scatter. People are going to move on. People are not going to let you too far into their lives. When your actions and the words you speak out your mouth matches up, then people are really seeing the light in you, the correct way of saying this to you. They see the truth in you. You get what I'm saying? They see that what you're saying and how your actions are being displayed, it displays some truth about you. What they feel they know, what they feel they understand, what they stand in. You get me? And when we sit here and we pray to whom we pray to, when we read these scriptures, some of us don't get it because we can't touch it, smell it. You understand what I'm saying? See it, and it's hard for some people to see it as real. And some people can read these scriptures and get it. I mean, just get it because there's something that they know that is higher than me. Something that they know gives me life. Something that they know wakes me every day. You give me something that they know protects me other than me protecting myself, other than my parents, my siblings, my family, friends, associates protecting me. There's something else there that protects me. And you have to get it on a level of faith. That's it, faith. It's smaller than a mustard seed from what the scriptures say. It's very smaller than a mustard seed. And we do get sidetracked by life's struggles, by life's quarrels, to give us a perception that what is real is not real. And sometimes, we're persuaded, we're influenced through money. We're influenced through materialistic things. We're influenced through lies. You get me? I keep hearing people saying, it's just not in my head. You feel what I'm saying? This is in the physical. This is in the verbal. People keep saying, they'll justify their actions off of being lonely. You know what I mean? And that's a coward way out. That's a coward's way out. I don't believe your soul is whom our demiurge need. Your soul is who Satan needs. Because Satan loves to be around people of boredom. You get what I'm saying? Love to be around people of boredom. See, your boredom is Satan's playground. Because that's when Satan tests you the most. Test your soul. Test your ability of the wisdom you should have, the knowledge you should have. You don't understand the fact that you're never alone, but you understand the fact that you are alone because your reality is showing you're alone. But when you think on another dimension, you think on another plane, you can see Satan. You can see whom we pray to. You can see the demiurge. You can see you can see the Lord. You get what I'm saying? You can see Jesus. You can see Horus. You can see Isis. You can see Osiris. You see all this around you. All of it around you. You pray, come on now. Your words are what? In the air. Your words are going to the heavens. You feel what I'm saying? So if you can believe in prayer, and if you believe in prayer works, you know what I mean? Don't ever go against whom you pray to. Because that's what the devil wants. The devil wants you with nothing. Nobody. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. It was a structure a long time ago in the music industry that they wanted you to be homeless. Most homeless people was getting those deals. You feel what I'm saying? And why do you think? Why, why do you really think the structure was, I want these people homeless? If that's if it's correct and it's accurate, you get what I'm saying? Because see, KRS-One was not the first homeless person that got a record deal. You understand me? Was not. was not. And the definition of homeless, you get me? This is the definition of homeless. Not having your own roof. You're technically homeless living with your mom. You get me? You're technically homeless living with your woman if your name not on that lease. You understand me? Yeah, you're technically homeless. So I say this to you once again. Why do you think they need you to be homeless? If I'm correct in saying that was 100% the structure of the music industry. Why do you think so? They don't want you to have nobody else. They want you to have just them, to rely on them, just them to give you your answers, just them in your life. The structure now may have changed. They need your family. You get me? They need the help of your family also. You understand? And some of you young artists, if you sit down and really ask your parents, are they enjoying this? The answer is no. They don't like it. There are certain places they can't go. There are certain people they cannot talk to. There are certain people they can never be around that they have been around all their life. You understand me? There are certain things you have to go out there and do for your child, for your cousin, for your brother, illegally or legally. And at the end of the day, what is really being said to you? This is for y'all. You get me? Your cousin, your brother, your sister, your mother, they're too busy out on tour, or they're too busy in the studio, or they're too busy doing interviews to handle this part of this industry, of this career that we're making. You understand? Look, in some type of way, it's exact, it's right. But in another type of way, it's not. So in this world, you have to figure it, you have to make good decisions, and you have to know what's real about this and what is not real about this. You understand? So when you put values and you instill values in yourself, there are things you're just not going to do, right? Right? Cool. Don't lose your dignity. Don't lose your self-respect. Don't lose the foundation, the structuring of your childhood, of your nurturing into a man, into a woman. Always remember that foundation. Good or bad. You understand me? Good or bad. Always remember that foundation. That foundation is what made you who you are today. If you can understand that it was a bad foundation, you understand me? A bad foundation, then your lessons was taught to you as a child. There should be mature actions, mature answers that you give other people. You get me? Most people take for granted of a bad foundation. They haven't found the good in it. Most people take for granted a good foundation. You get it? You had something for so long, hand it to you, that now that when the struggle is upon you, you're lost. You can't even figure it. You get what I'm saying? You can't even understand it. You have burnt bridges that you need. Not that you want, that you need. You understand? That you need. You need that. So you must you must understand what you need in your life, what you don't need in your life. And people will break you down because people want to prove you wrong. People want you to go against yourself, go against your parents, go against the laws of life. You get me? The laws of life. It's a true statement that There are people of ignorance, there are people of anger, there are people with no values in their life that want you to suffer the same way they're suffering. They don't know you from Adam and Eve. All they know, you're doing a little better than them, or you have a little bit more joy or happiness in your life, and they want to take that from you. They want you to feel miserable because they're miserable. Look, you've been with the Nasty Pastor. This has been another extra. This has wrapped up the 10 virtues of our Kemetic spiritual culture. Use them. Use them. Work on them. I'm still working. Like I explained, like I wrote about it, like I pray on every day, and like I know I will be transitioning my life until the day whom I pray to call me home. I got work to do. Every day I got work to do. It's easy for me to call on Satan. Very easy, because I know it works. Because I know Satan is there ready to pick up. But I need to block it. I need to find other ways of doing the things I need to get done instead of doing evil deeds for all of the work I've forged to get to this point in my life. As I said, you know what I mean? You've been with the Nasty Pastor. I'm out, and I love you.